So we reach the final day of the regular EFL Championship season. Two teams here at the CBS Arena who have a chance of reaching the playoffs. Coventry City, 6th in the Championship. A win today and they would definitely be in the playoffs. Middlesbrough, the visitors, are 9th in the Championship. They have to win today to have a chance of reaching the playoffs. They would go top 6 if they win, and both Millwall and Blackburn do not win. If Borough have the better goal difference than Millwall, and they both end up level on points on 67, then it will be Middlesbrough who would finish above Millwall. They could also be in the playoffs if they win, and Bristol City lose, and only one of Millwall and Blackburn win. It is a complicated scenario. What we do know in the Championship is that Leeds and Burnley are promoted automatically. Sheffield United will finish 3rd, Sunderland will finish 4th. They are in the playoffs, that is confirmed. Bristol City and Coventry City have the advantage at the moment. These two teams who met in the Championship playoff semi-finals a couple of years ago, it was 0-0 here. Coventry then won 1-0 at the Riverside to progress through to the final. But sadly for the Sky Blues, they lost on penalties to Luton in that Championship playoff final. Luton today fighting for their Championship survival. Two experienced managers who know each other very well and have known each other for a very long time as well. Frank Lampard of Coventry City and Michael Carrick of Middlesbrough. Both were at West Ham together as young players. Both have played in the biggest matches of them all in the club scene. Both internationals, and pitting their wits against each other this afternoon. CBS Arena in the north of Coventry. Coventry's home for the last 20 years, although they have spent time away from here due to ownership issues and protracted off-field issues that have dogged the club under previous owners. But now the Sky Blues are up and running again. A big, big game. Both managers have been saying that they really have to treat it as any other game, but Michael Carrick said it's slightly simpler for his team because he knows that a draw is not good enough. A win has to be the objective for Middlesbrough and for Coventry. Lose this match, then they cannot finish in a playoff place in the top 6. There are our two captains. Johnny Howson on the left, the vastly experienced player for Middlesbrough, and on the right, Ben Sheaf. What a noise there will be as these teams come out. Is this the end of the season for Coventry City and Middlesbrough, or is it just the start of a new beginning and a route into the playoffs? Both sides know victory is essential as they emerge into the early May lunchtime sunshine just before 12:30 in the afternoon, local time in the West Midlands. Coventry in their 5th season in the Championship. Middlesbrough in their 8th season in this league. 4 changes to the Coventry team. A big one in goal where Ben Wilson replaces Badley Collins. Wilson hasn't played in the first team since October. Collins has been first-choice goalkeeper since late March. Jake Bidwell, Milan van Ijwijk and Bobby Thomas all coming in. Thomas and Haji Wright both scored in the 3-0 win at Middlesbrough in November. Wright also scored in both wins against Middlesbrough last season. As for the visitors, Neto Borges returns to the Middlesbrough side, and the only change to the side that started the draw at Norwich last weekend. Borges hasn't played for a month. Hayden Hackney was named Player of the Season and Players' Player of the Season at the club this week. He was sent off early in the defeat at home to Coventry 6 months ago. Tommy Conway has 13 goals this season. Finn Izaz has 12. Borough have to win. Two old friends in opposite technical areas today, in front of a effervescent crowd. Coventry supporters outnumbering the Borough supporters, obviously, but the Borough supporters are most definitely making themselves heard. There they are, in that corner. So big choice in goal. Ben Wilson, the 32-year-old, back to full fitness. And Frank Lampard has pitched him back into the team in place of Bradley Collins. One of 4 changes, the other 3 all in defence. Hasn't played since October, Ben Wilson. Did play in the Championship playoff final defeat on penalties to Luton 2 years ago. Well, it would be a great time for Middlesbrough if that man there could score a goal. Morgan Whittaker hasn't yet found the net for Borough since joining from Plymouth Argyle in late January. No place in the starting lineup for Kelechi Iheanacho today. What an atmosphere inside the CBS arena then. It's going to be nervous, it's going to be full of tension. An early goal for either of these sides would certainly help. Sixth place Coventry City against ninth place Middlesbrough. A win for Coventry would see them in the playoffs. A win for Middlesbrough is essential if they are to have any chance of reaching the playoffs. Coventry in the sky blue, kicking from right to left in this opening half. In front of a packed arena. 3 changes in defence for the Sky Blues, including Bobby Thomas there, who scored in the 3-0 win at Middlesbrough back in early November, shortly before the departure of Mark Robins. Frank Lampard to take the league championship since his appointment. Coventry will be in 4th place. Middlesbrough have had a up and down season. They've lost 3 of their last 5 in the Championship. Coventry have lost their last 2. Both of those, though, away from home at Plymouth and at Luton, where Luton got a late goal to give themselves hope of escaping a second successive relegation. But for this match, it's all about the playoffs. And who will join Sunderland and Sheffield United in those playoffs later this month? Sheaf. With a little ball infield. Here's Rudoni again. Great chance. Worked across the middle from Bidwell. Middlesbrough able to clear it away. Bidwell setting off on a sprint, and the little touch through to him there from Sheaf. Cleared away by the head of Neto Borges. Rijwijk, former Dutch under-21 international. Started all but one in the Championship this season. And it's a long throw looking to cause Borough problems. It was away by Fry. This is Hackney. Dispossessed by Thomas. Coventry have won their last two at home. 90th minute winner from Jamie Patterson, giving them a 1-0 victory over Portsmouth. And then beating West Bromwich Albion by 2-0 on Easter Monday. Middlesbrough have lost 3 of their last 5 in the Championship. They've lost their last 2 away from home. 1-0 at Millwall and 2-1 at Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Mark Travers on loan from Bournemouth. Away by Fry. Whittaker looking for support and finds it now. Hackney charged down by Sheaf. Haji Wright on the chase. He's not going to get there first though. Expect this to be a high tempo beginning for this high pressure EFL Championship match. Dyksdale wins it back. Hackney. Here's the Japanese wide man, Tatsuhiro Sakamoto. Kanebe into the middle and only just wide. Ellis Sims. First chance of note. Sims looking to tuck that one into the bottom corner. Scored since mid-February, Ellis Sims. 12 appearances now without a goal. Coventry could do with a goal from him today. Sakamoto. 4 red surrounding him. Samuel Illing Jr., who had been playing at left-back in the absence of Nato Borsch, has moved forward, with Borsch coming in at his accustomed position of left back. Bidwell. Right dispossessed. Away by Whittaker, one number 11, dispossessing the other. Coventry are unbeaten in the last 7 matches between these two clubs. 5 wins for the Sky Blues and 2 draws. And they've won the last 3 meetings here at the CBS Arena. 3-0, 1-0 and 2-0. Got a space on that far side and looking to fill it is Rudoni. Sakamoto to drive into the middle, taken away by Travers because Sims was waiting in behind and would surely have had a simple chance. It's a great start from the home team, really putting the pressure on Middlesbrough. Lovely interplay down the Coventry right. And look at the number 9 in the middle here, Sims, as he pulls away. Had Travers not got there, Sims most definitely would have. Thomas winning that ball ahead of Conway, who's ended up in a bit of a heap on the floor. Taken down by Rudoni. Rudoni again. Plays it off, Illing Jr. On loan from Aston Villa, Samuel Illing Jr. Rudoni scored in the last home match, the 2-0 win against West Brom. Turn from Morris. Whittaker. Jimmy Howson. 37 later this month. Howson. So much experience, Howson. 700 career appearances. And he's at the moment playing in central defence for Middlesbrough. I'm seeing him more in midfield. Away by Howson. Bidwell's going to get there first, ahead of Whittaker. Wilson. Straight out of play. Anthony Dyksdale. The best of deliveries in. Sims. Sakamoto. Up against Borsch. Sakamoto back. Another opportunity created down the Coventry right. Ben Sheaf arriving late and nobody in red picks him up. That's a dreadful shot from the Coventry captain. What a chance that was. Ben Sheaf, who hasn't scored since January of last year. So he's due a goal. Frank Lampard has won 99 of his 226 games as a manager. He has taken a team to the Championship playoff final before. That was Derby County. Rudoni. Right. You're going to pull it into the middle. Sims. Blocked by Fry. Sheaf will have another go. Sakamoto towards Sims. Right. Angle was very tight there for Haji Wright. It's all Coventry. Some desperate challenges coming in here from Middlesbrough. A header from Dyksdale, just enough to take that one away. What a block that was from Howson. Mark Lampard will be very pleased indeed with the start that his team have made. Here come Middlesbrough though. Conway, taken away from him by Thomas. Middlesbrough get a corner though, and a chance for the visitors to put some pressure on the Coventry defence. Swung in by Illing Jr. Hackney. Not much in the way of support for Aidan Hackney. And the ball did go out of play on that far side. Hackney. Morgan Whittaker. Straight at Wilson. What a relief it would be for both Middlesbrough and for Morgan Whittaker if he could get his first goal for the club. Contributed greatly since arriving from Plymouth Argyle, but just cannot find the back of the net. 20 goals in all competitions last season for the Devon side, only 4 for them this season. Plymouth, of course, not mathematically down, but realistically down. They'd have to beat Leeds United this Saturday lunchtime by a huge margin, and that quite simply isn't going to happen. What about other scores? Millwall are winning 1-0 at Burnley, which is not good news as far as Middlesbrough are concerned. Not good news as far as Coventry are concerned either. Away by Bidwell. Approaching 600 career appearances, Jake Bidwell. What does it all mean in terms of the table? Illing Jr. Super challenge from Van Ijwijk. What that goal for Millwall does mean is that at the moment Millwall have moved up to 5th place and Coventry City have dropped out of the top 6. The draw could be enough for Coventry to get a playoff place if Millwall and Blackburn both don't win, or Bristol City lose and one of Millwall or Blackburn fail to record a victory. Wilson. Right. It's got Dyke for company. Haji Wright, the USA international. It's a goal kick. Comes off the Coventry man. Burnley have equalised against Millwall. The Championship title-chasing Lancashire side have made it 1-1 at Turf Moor. And that means that Coventry are now back in the top 6. It is going to change a lot. Michael Carrick, just saw him there, 53 appearances together with Frank Lampard for both West Ham and for England. Towards Sims. Can't quite pick that one up. It's made by Dyke. Hackney. Bush works it infield. Whittaker. Fry. Nicely done by Finizaz, but couldn't work it forward to Illing Jr. Grimes clears to Sakamoto. Oh, goodness me. Pulled back around the neck by Hayden Hackney. First yellow card to the player who was shown yellow twice in this fixture at the Riverside earlier this season. Sent off after just 22 minutes. 17 minutes gone here, and he is the first caution of the afternoon. It's his 7th of the season. Ben Sheaf then will take this free kick. Everybody back then for Middlesbrough. Half a dozen in sky blue, in and around the penalty area. Sheaf's delivery straight into the one-man wall. And it comes off Grimes and behind for the goal kick. Otto Borsch back in the team today, and the only change to the Middlesbrough side. Went off early in the win at Blackburn Rovers in early April. Hasn't played since. Fry, Howson, Hackney, Azaz. Conway couldn't control. Here's Liam Kitchings. Bidwell, a little bit of space for the attacking fullback. Right. Bidwell leaves it. Sims, can he turn? That's a foul. On Whittaker. Coventry with almost 2/3 of possession so far in the opening exchanges. They've had 8 touches inside the Middlesbrough penalty area compared to 2 at the other end. Mark Travers, 5 clean sheets in his 16 previous championship appearances for Borough. Van Eyck. Ellis. Right. Look at Bidwell going on the overlap. Right. Might not need him. Certainly doesn't use him. Does get a corner though. Comes off Dijksteel. Haji Wright in his 2nd season with Coventry. It's Hackney and Bidwell tangling with each other. Bobby Thomas always a threat from set pieces. Rudoni with it. Is there a push there? Thomas went down. Interestingly, as you can see, he doesn't appeal. Sky Blue song ringing out. It's the Eton boating song from the famous public school, with words rewritten in the 1960s by Jimmy Hill, who was instrumental in turning Coventry City from a club that were in the lower divisions, right up to the first division of the Football League. They stayed there from 1967 to 2001. Relegated at rivals Aston Villa. They've not been back to the top flight since. Middlesbrough's last Premier League season lasted just one season. 2015-16 campaign. Rudoni. Sakamoto. Kitchings. Van Ivak. Sakamoto. Van Ivak's continued his run. Three in the middle. Wins a corner. Two corners in quick succession then for Coventry. Coventry have scored 11 goals from corners this season. Not from this one though. Conway. Trying to shield it there from Rudoni. Cleared by Howson. And as far as Sakamoto. Kitchings. Towards Sakamoto. These two teams both finished just outside the playoff positions last season. Middlesbrough in 8th, 4 points off the playoffs. Coventry 1 place below them in 9th, 9 points off the playoffs. Worrying start to this match for those travelling Middlesbrough supporters. Final day of the season, quite often is fancy dress day. Plenty of superheroes off the pitch in the Middlesbrough away end. They're looking for the heroes on the pitch. Rudoni. Sims isn't going to get there because Fry does. Rudoni. Sheep. Sims. It's a foul by Rudoni. So it could probably be for Dale Fry. Middlesbrough-born defender. Will be a bit annoyed that he's not in the team today. Kelechi Iheanacho, the Nigerian international. The championship title last season with Leicester. Moved to Seville in Spain. Hasn't really worked out for him there. Hayden Hackney's already been booked, and you can see that his passion is running rather high. Just got to temper that. Fry. Dijksteel. Morris. Here's Hackney. Fry. Should be easy for Wilson. He's had a relatively comfortable afternoon so far. Ben Wilson, the Coventry goalkeeper. If you have just joined us, Wilson preferred today to Bradley Collins. Smoggy's on tour. Smoggy is a name for those who live on Teesside. Geordies, Mackhams from Newcastle and Sunderland. Now Sims has gone down under the challenge from Fry. Ball over the top, Conway. Azaz making tracks on this near side. It's Tommy Conway bearing down on goal. Three defenders were in the way to block that one. Morris. Azaz. Aidan Morris. Shot from distance, long way over from Neto Borges. Well, Preston North End have just taken the lead at Bristol City. Bristol City 5th place in the Championship standings at the start of play today, as we see again Conway's effort. So we've had a little bit of movement and now again in the table, because Coventry are above Bristol City on goal difference, and it is a narrow difference as well. Both are on 67 points as it stands. Coventry have +4 goal difference, Bristol City +3. Best goal difference amongst those in playoff contention is actually Middlesbrough's, which is +10 at the moment. But remember, Middlesbrough have to win and hope other results fall their way. If Coventry win, they are in the playoffs. Fry. Dyksdale can't keep it in. Grimes. Thomas. Sakamoto. Rudoni. Jack Rudoni wins a corner. By the first defender, who was Conway. Conway quickly out to try and block off any progress forward here from Rudani. Quite drop for the Sky Blues there, and Middlesbrough might be able to break as a result. Azaz going to curl that ball into the path of Morgan Whittaker. It's away by Wilson. Borges. Hackney. Aidan Morris. Here's Fry. Azaz. Forward by Hackney. Dyksdale. Sims. Just a little bit too much on that. All right to keep it in play. This team's claiming a free kick here. Firstly for the challenge on Whittaker. And then Sims. He might have been held by Fry. Dykstil. Here's Travers. Kitchings. Van Eyck. Ball from Sakamoto. Grimes. Rodoni. Van Eyck. Finds Bidwell. Back from Sheaf. Bidwell. Easily away by Fry. And Middlesbrough look to break. Whittaker. He's got pace here, Morgan Whittaker. Conway to his left. Azaz to his right. Here's Tommy Conway. Shooting opportunity, and it's not that far wide either from Samuel Illing Jr. Middlesbrough spent a lot of this first half defending, but here breaking away. And Illing Jr. meeting this and just curling it away from goal. On target, and then not. He may only be 21 years old, Samuel Illing Jr., but he was on loan from Aston Villa, having joined Villa from Juventus, and then went on loan back to Italy, to Bologna for the first half of the season. Scored in the win at Blackburn last month. Morris. Fry. Between these two teams earlier this season, Middlesbrough were down to 10 by this stage. Hayden Hackney having been sent off for a second yellow card. Bobby Thomas scored before half-time for the Sky Blues. Haji Wright and Josh Eccles, who's on the bench today for Coventry, scored further goals in the second half to inflict a defeat on Michael Carrick's team. Throw for Coventry, who, let's not forget, we're 17th in the championship table, just 2 points above the relegation zone when he was appointed. Been a terrific turnaround, and there was a lot of disquiet after the departure of Mark Robins, the long-serving manager, 7.5 years in charge here. A long throw there from Van Eyck. Thomas underneath it, couldn't get there. Bidwell. Bidwell's cross, a little too close to Travers. Aidan Morris, pretty much a first-team regular this season since joining from Columbus Crew in the USA in MLS. Hackney. Whittaker. Well, there's the man whose investment and ownership of Coventry City has really turned things around, Doug King. He took the very difficult decision to dispense with the services of Mark Robins and appoint Frank Lampard in his place. And it is offside against Conway. Named Young Player of the Season at Middlesbrough, at their end of season awards this week at Middlesbrough Town Hall. Sheaf. Bidwell. Kitchings. Whittaker. Hackney. Whittaker will look to cut in field. Bidwell makes sure he can't. Morris. And Avak with the header. Sakamoto with the challenge. Morris. .33 starts and 2 substitute appearances for Morris this season, his first with Borough. Azaz looking to place it, pushed wide by Wilson. Well, Finn Azaz has scored some spectacular goals in his time. He's got 12 this season for Middlesbrough, and this was an excellent chance to put them in front. Curling it through the gap. Wilson just getting his hands to it. He scored in 2 of Borough's last 3 matches, Finn Azaz. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half then, plus whatever additional time is to be played. Samuel Illing Jr. with the corner. Away by Wright, and then by Sakamoto, who was fouled by Hackney. Sakamoto, who has got 4 goals this season. He got 7 last season, including a couple in the 3-1 win at Middlesbrough on New Year's Day of 2024. Time to ponder, time to think for both managers ahead of their imminent half-time team talks. Azaz. Hackney. He's given it away, Hayden Hackney. Steve Gibson, the Middlesbrough chairman, whose commitment to Michael Carrick has been questioned by some supporters over the course of this season. If you look over recent years, Carrick has the 3rd best points per game ratio. It's behind Tony Pulis and Aitor Karanka. Van Eyck, the offender there. Missed last weekend's defeat at Luton, Van Eyck. Otherwise, he started every single match this season in the Championship. Grimes, Sims, Bidwell. First time ball into the middle. Cleared away as far as Matt Grimes. Sheaf, Middlesbrough back in numbers now. Thomas, Sakamoto up against Illing Jr. Sakamoto's ball into the middle and turned in by the head of Jack Rudoni. Coventry are in front. A match Middlesbrough must win to have any chance of reaching the playoffs. A match that if Coventry do win, they will be in the playoffs. And they've taken the lead just before half-time. Sakamoto's ball into the middle. And there, rising high, Rudoni to get his 8th goal of the season. Nobody in red really challenging him, and Travers couldn't get anywhere near it. Whittaker. Noise around the CBS arena as we go into additional time. At the end of the first half is deafening. As it stands, Coventry in 5th, 2 points above Bristol City. Just the 1 minute of additional time to be played. Coventry, no doubt, will just take their time over restarting play here. Milan van Eyck with the long throw. Could go anywhere. Sheaf. Bidwell. Hit and hope from him. And that is the final action of the first half. Frank Lampard swiftly down the tunnel. Jack Rudoni with the late goal in this first half to put Coventry City in front. And as it stands, in the playoffs at the end of the season. Ben Wilson with a really big save from Finn Azaz to deny Middlesbrough the opening goal. So as it stands, Borough will not be in the playoffs. Coventry will. Plenty of football still to be played, though. Half-time, Coventry 1, Middlesbrough 0. Huge 45 minutes of EFL Championship football ahead. Coventry City leading Middlesbrough by 1-0. Jack Rudani with it shortly before the break. No changes to either team in terms of half-time substitutions. Will there be a change in the scoreline? Because as it stands, Middlesbrough are down in 10th in the Championship standings. Coventry City are in 5th. A win for Coventry will assure them of a playoff place. 5th place would see them take on Sunderland over 2 legs for a place in the Wembley final. Middlesbrough are determined in the next 45 minutes to find a way back. They have to win here to have any chance of claiming a top 6 finish. There will be plenty of twists and turns over the next 45 minutes or so. Sims now racing forward for Coventry, tidied up by Fry. And away by Travers. Right. Whittaker. Hackney. Whittaker again. Hackney. Here's Neto Borg. Howson. Whittaker challenge. Coming in there, referee saw nothing wrong with it. There's been just 1 yellow card in this match. Hayden Hackney for Middlesbrough in the first half. Middlesbrough coming out fighting in this initial stages of the second period. Hackney, can he drive this one across? He can. Minutes for Middlesbrough to try and extend their season. Azaz. Donny wins the throw with a little flick off Borg. Kitchens. Right the target. Up against Dijksteel. White's ball back. In by Bidwell. Across by Wright. Here's Azaz. Just to turn away from trouble there. It's a challenge from Bidwell, sliding in to take it away from Whittaker. But he's won it back here, Morgan Whittaker. Hackney. Fast, ferocious pace to play in the early minutes of this second half. Grimes. Here's Sheaf. It's got to be a foul by Wright, and is. It's pulling down Anthony Dijksteel. Morris. Hackney's ball forward. Zaz making a run into the middle. Picked up here by Illing Jr. Conway. Illing Jr. able to squeeze the shot through. Straight at Ben Wilson, though. Couple of chances in this match now for Samuel Illing Jr. Of Middlesbrough's last 16 seasons have been spent in the Championship. As it stands, it will be extended by another year next year. Rudoni now, the goal scorer. Almost able to find a way through. Rudoni again. Just ran away from him at the last moment. Van Eyck. Sakamoto. Rudoni. Sakamoto, teasing ball in, it's away by Fry. Kitchings. Giving it straight to Whittaker, here's Azaz. Conway. Looked offside and was. Sheaf. Blackburn Rovers have just taken the lead at Sheffield United, and now that means that Blackburn have moved up into the playoff positions behind Coventry. So it's Coventry in 5th, Blackburn Rovers in 6th, and Bristol City, who are trailing at home to Preston North End, have been squeezed out of the playoff places. Howson just gets it away. Borsch. Baxter. Morris. Borsch. Illing Jr. Just for a moment there, Van Eyck didn't have a clue where the ball was. Now he's racing back, but he concedes the corner. Chance for Middlesbrough. They're attacking the goal, behind which at the top corner there, their fans are housed this afternoon. Illing Jr. will take. I think a little bit of infringement in the middle there. Looked like Jack Goodwell might have been the player involved. Wilson restarts play. Just kept in there by Sakamoto. Landed rather awkwardly there. Tatsuhiro Sakamoto. That's nicely there for Wright. Haji Wright trying to get past Dijksteel. It's goal kick. Travers is in a hurry to take it. Hackney, Morris. Just too long for Conway. Wilson will take as much time as he possibly can every single time that ball comes through to him. Sheaf. Oh, this could be awkward. Out comes Wilson, alive to the danger. But you don't want to give themselves too many scares like that. What stage does Michael Carrick make changes? Remember, his side have to win to have any chance of being in the playoffs. They don't have to hope that other results go their way. Coventry, so much simpler. Win, and they're in the playoffs. Another long throw from Milan fan. Ebrek. Your heads go up for it. Soldiers on Illing Jr. Nothing wrong with it. Coventry throw. Again, Coventry just slowing things down. As you can see, we've still got over half an hour to be played. Who've been to Wembley before in recent years. Looking to get back there again. Travers with the punch. Away by Illing Jr. Whittaker. Azaz. Hackney. Borge. In towards Whittaker on that far side. Conway. Azaz, what a save from Wilson. That's really got the Coventry fans up on their feet. Middlesbrough so close to getting an equaliser. And here they come again, Azaz. Illing Jr. puts it wide. It is a corner, though. And that is twice now that Ben Wilson has denied Finn Azaz a goal. Azaz there first. He got so much power behind it. Wilson with the save, though. Wilson preferred by Frank Lampard today to Bradley Collins, who's on the bench. Ben Wilson, who's not played since October in the first team. Hackney. Coming up to an hour played, you can really feel the tension from both sets of supporters. Whittaker's ball back into the middle. Conway couldn't make anything of it, but Azaz, you can see here, so much power behind the shot. Perhaps Bobby Thomas on the line might have got his body in the way here. There's a Coventry legend, Steve Grizovic. Azaz once more, Thomas. Wilson with the save. 3 times Finn Azaz now has found a way through, only to be foiled by Ben Wilson. Coventry knew that this would be coming at some point. A protracted and prolonged period of pressure from Middlesbrough. Azaz. Hackney tries to work that through to Conway, can't do so. It's a goal kick. So far he is fully justified. Frank Lampard's decision to start him today, Ben Wilson. Played in the Championship playoff final defeat to Luton 2 years ago. It's that sort of time. Taken down by Wright. Midwell's on the overlap. Wright might go for goal himself here. The North End have got a second goal at Bristol City, so Bristol City's playoff hopes are receding, which is very good news indeed for Coventry City. Sheffield United have got a goal back against Blackburn Rovers. Chance here, Azaz. Whittaker. Those two have a good understanding of each other. Hackney, Azaz. Sakamoto there with a challenge, and he comes away with it. Bush finds Elling Jr. Middlesbrough really pressing hard. Azaz, and again Wilson is there. Super Ben Wilson in goal is the chant from the Coventry supporters. Sakamoto. Udoni. Van Eyck towards right. Sheaf can't find right. Header forward from Thomas. Bidwell. Referee says play on. Bidwell looking for the return ball, getting in behind Dijksteel, who takes it away from him. equaliser for Sheffield United. That is excellent news for Bristol City, who have now moved back up into the playoff positions, by virtue of having one more point than Blackburn and Millwall as it stands. They could do with getting back into that game, Bristol City. Grimes, Rudoni, Jack Rudoni, right, up against Fry, couldn't find a way through, does find a corner. Second goal would ease the nerves not only of the Coventry manager but of thousands of Coventry fans inside the CBS arena. Over 31,000 in this afternoon, this Saturday lunchtime for this match, this season-defining game for both of these teams. Away by the head of Conway. Burnley have come from behind. They lead now Millwall 2-1. Which is again good news for both Coventry and Bristol City. It's good news for Middlesbrough as well, if Middlesbrough can turn this match around in their favour. So Blackburn and Millwall don't win. Middlesbrough do. Middlesbrough will be in the playoffs. Change there. Delano Bergzorg, striker. The Dutch striker is coming on. Neto Borsch coming off, which presumably means that Samuel Illing Jr. will drop further back. Approaching the midway point then of the second half. Sakamoto. Middlesbrough had 4 attempts on target in this second half. Coventry haven't had a single attempt on target so far in the second half of this game, but they do have the goal that matters just before half-time. Jack Rudoni. Picked up by Tatsuhiro Sakamoto. Goes through a gap brilliantly. Sakamoto, charged down by Howson. Super run from Sakamoto. Bergzorg gets his first involvement. Bergzorg again, chance for the shot perhaps, just couldn't dig it out from under his feet after the return ball from Whittaker. Azaz. Middlesbrough piling on the pressure now. Dijksteel. Morris. Coventry will bring it away. Ben Sheaf now. 3 against 3 at the moment. Wright. Pursued by Fry. Haji Wright. Gets another opportunity. Rudoni! Blocked there by Travers. Then cleared to safety by Howson. Chances at either end. Coventry's best chance of the second half so far. Sakamoto. Oh, whether he meant that or not, it was beautiful from Sakamoto. It's a little bit fortuitous, but let's give him the credit. Hackney. Azaz. Takes a tumble. Referee has been keen all afternoon to try and keep things moving along. Stuart Atwell, the really experienced referee, in the middle for this one. Howson. Hilling Jr. Conway pushed off the ball there. Chance for the shot. Bergsorg puts it over. Well, he's made a difference already, Delano Bergsorg, as Middlesbrough have gone more for a 4-4-2 formation. Just getting underneath this one. And it was always rising. Excellent save this from Travers. Ellis Sims coming off. First change then from Frank Lampard. Brandon Thomas Asante is the player coming on. Asante, who joined last August from West Bromwich Albion. He's been used mainly as a substitute, Thomas Asante. 22 of his 36 championship appearances have been from the bench. Right. Block was by Dijksdale. Bristol City have got a goal back against Preston North End. It's now Bristol City 1, Preston 2 at Ashton Gate. Coventry City in 5th now, Bristol City 6th place. Long throw towards Thomas. Back in by Bidwell, not the best of balls though. Coventry had committed a lot of bodies forward. Chance now for Conway, who's onside. Out comes Wilson. Gets there first. Just. Didn't go out of play either. Held up by Thomas Asante. He's going to go for goal from here. Wow, wow, wow. What an impact he would have made had that gone in. What a thrilling second half at the CBS Arena. We're going to get our first caution of the afternoon for a Coventry play. And it's the captain, Ben Sheaf. Look at this. From Brandon Thomas Asante. Off the upright and away. Clearance from Fry, not a good one. Right. Thomas Asante waits in the middle. So was Radoni. Neither used. Coventry could have sealed it there. 3 against 1 at one stage. Thomas Asante trying to stay onside. Might not quite have believed that his teammate was onside. It ends with a Coventry corner. Just over a quarter of an hour left, plus additional time. Deep towards Thomas. All sorts of holding there in the area from players of both sides. And Bristol City have come back to 2-2 now against Preston North End at Ashton Gate. 2 goals in quick succession then. By Fry. Azaz. Whittaker turned into trouble in the shape of Sakamoto. Way by right, not too far. Hackney. No way through there for Morgan Whittaker. So as it stands, Coventry City in 5th, 69 points. Bristol City in 6th on 68 points. Thomas Asante, can he put it into the middle? He can, but back with Camilling Jr. Challenge that's left Conway in a bit of trouble from Van Eybeek. And Stuart Atwell saw nothing wrong with it. Conway still down. Now he's back up, and you can see on the bottom left of your picture. As that's through. Look across to the linesman, and Bergzorg is offside. He just went a fraction too early there. Conway clattered into here. Van Eybeek, who, as you can see, didn't get the ball. Triple change then for Middlesbrough. Howson goes off. Van den Berg is on in his place at the back. It's the end of the afternoon for Dijksteel. Marcus Forss is coming on. And the third and final change sees Morris withdrawn from midfield. And Kelechi Iheanacho is on. Triple change then for Michael Carrick as Middlesbrough look for a way to turn this match around in their favour. Remember, they have to win and hope other results go their way. Right. Fouled by the newly arrived Van den Berg. Chance then for Coventry to create something from this free kick. too high. Thomas plays it back in. Blocked. Thomas Asante must have felt there he was on course for a second goal for Coventry. And still Middlesbrough can't clear it. Now they do. Travers claiming and looking for a quick release as well. Now Rudani has gone down while you were watching that slow motion replay. Here it is. Really rather something of nothing. Rudani trying to delay play. Travers not at all happy with it. Referee not exactly enamoured of Rudani's actions. Time running out then for Middlesbrough. Fry. 3 almost now for Middlesbrough of Illing Jr., Fry and Van den Berg. They have to win, Middlesbrough. Whittaker. Whittaker shot off the post! Oh, so close to an equaliser. Kept in play on the far side by Azaz. Hackney. Whittaker. Picked up here by Bergzorg. Force. Coventry should clear. Van Ewijk gets it away. Morgan Whittaker here. Just a few centimetres away from getting his first goal for Middlesbrough. So let off for Coventry, it's a massive blow for Middlesbrough. And Sheaf is withdrawn. A little under 8 minutes plus additional time remaining. Jamie Allen will come on in his place. Jamie Allen, who last scored on the final day of last season, which was a 2-1 defeat for the side then managed by Mark Robbins. A 2-1 loss to Queen's Park Rangers. A win today and Coventry go into the playoffs. Rudani is down. Free kick, Coventry. Have to hold on under some intense Middlesbrough pressure. What are the other scores looking like as far as Middlesbrough are concerned? Well, it doesn't really matter, simply because if they don't win, they're not in the playoffs and their season ends today. Hoping for a season extension. At the moment they're getting it. Ben Wilson cautioned for delaying the restart. He's made some huge saves in this second half, notably from Finn Azaz on a number of occasions. Rudani does really well to get away from Bergzorg. Rudani Bergsorg with the block. Azaz. Worked forward by Bergsorg. This is Conway. Illing Jr. Should be the goalkeepers. In fact, it was so poor. It's behind for the goal kick. Five minutes, plus additional time remaining. Ryan Giles is going to come on for the last 5 minutes then in place of Illing Jr. Time running out for Middlesbrough. Here's a question of how much additional time is to be played. Long ball forward, looking for Wright on that far side, up against Van den Berg. Gets it away. Dutch under-21 international. Fry. Here's Giles then. On loan from Hull. Hackney. Giles. Van den Berg. Whittaker cutting infield. Azaz. A little flick over the top. Conway, can he bring it down? He can. Wilson might get there first. He's just beaten to it. Cleared away by Bobby Thomas. And now a chance. Thomas Asante. He's got Rudoni infield. In towards Jack Rudoni! Coventry City are heading for the playoffs. That settles it. At one end, Whittaker putting the ball across, cleared by Thomas. Brandon Thomas Asante then picking up. Rudoni racing through the middle and just able to get the finishing touch. Ahead of Giles. Coventry are going to the playoffs. Middlesbrough's season is coming to a close. Coventry City were 17th in the championship table. They were just 2 points above the relegation zone when Frank Lampard arrived. And now they are assuring themselves of a playoff place. Unless we get the most amazing comeback from Middlesbrough. Amazing, amazing atmosphere inside the CBS Arena. This club who have gone through some very, very dark times. Double change then for Coventry City. Josh Eccles Joel Latabudia are coming on. Quite a few Middlesbrough fans, as you can see, have seen enough. Haji Wright coming off. Tatsuhiro Sakamoto also coming off. The two wide men then. Minimum of 6 additional minutes. Maybe it was the wrong number put up. Will be Thomas. Latabudia, defender. Bobby Thomas confirmed as going off. Josh Eccles is on. Joel Latabudia is also on. So the replacement or withdrawal rather of Haji Wright was incorrectly shown by the fourth official. There's a familiar figure, Bobby Madley. Listen to the noise. Driven across into the middle by Giles. Thomas Asante held it up. Rudoni, scorer of both goals. What an afternoon for him. What an afternoon for the Sky Blues. Couldn't play their home matches here for a number of seasons. They had temporary homes at Northampton Town and Birmingham City. Now they're back in the city of Coventry itself. Could they be on the way back to the Premier League? They were so close a couple of years ago, Coventry, losing on penalties in the playoff final to Luton Town. Thomas Asante. Grimes. Really good signing, Matt Grimes from Swansea in the last transfer window. Travels. Midway through the minimum of 6 minutes then. Additional time. By Hackney. Travels will gather. Frank Lampard's record in the Championship. 29 matches played, 16 wins, 4 draws and 9 defeats. And the clock is ticking towards Coventry City, confirming their place in the top 6. It's been a remarkable turnaround. Van Eyck. Giles is there. Charles looking to make tracks down this near side. Away by Kitchings. Wide from Whittaker. And the look on Morgan Whittaker's face tells you all you need to know about Middlesbrough's afternoon. It's going to end in bitter disappointment. Coventry beat Middlesbrough in the playoff semi-finals a couple of years ago. Hence the reference to "it's happened again" from the Coventry fans. There will be an explosion of noise and celebration in about a minute or so's time. Van Eyck. Through the middle, chance for Rodoni. He takes it to the corner now, possibly. Middlesbrough throw, nothing more. Interception, great interception. Chance for a third, perhaps. Right, still Haji Wright. Too many bodies in the way. Grimes, Travers in the way this time. Michael Carrick has already congratulated Frank Lampard. The final whistle will be blown very, very shortly. Conway now for Middlesbrough. Whittaker. Away by Kitchings. And still we play on. Middlesbrough throw. Coventry fans desperate to hear the final whistle. Whittaker. Shot is blocked from Azaz. And that is that. Coventry City are in the playoffs. They knew they had to win to confirm their top six place, and Frank Lampard's team have done exactly that. A double from Jack Rodoni. They were 17th in the championship table when Doug King there took the decision to bring in Frank Lampard. What a run they've been on. For Middlesbrough, the season comes to a close. Coventry City 2, Middlesbrough 0.